Hello friends, we are Ashley and Colin. We are converting an old water delivery van into our little home away from home. In this vlog, I am taking the van down to Charleston for the weekend for a sailing regatta. This is mostly to do a dry run on the sleeping accommodations, so I hope you follow along and see how that all went. So I'm in the van. I am off to Charleston for a regatta. It's going to be kind of a dry run for the van. We don't have everything, but it's enough to sleep and cook in with a camping stove and stuff like that. I'm at the gas station because I'm going to do a gas mileage run too now that we have the extra weight. We are full on water. The motorcycle is on the back and I have the roof box up on the top. So it's going to kind of be a dry run to see how everything works before we take it on our first really big trip. So solar panels on the rooftop box and the motorcycle is on the back. So the tank is full and took only 2.1 gallons, but I am off to Charleston. It is a little under 200 miles away. It's about 3.5 hours or so. So I will see y'all when I get there. Minutes outside of Charleston, it is beginning to rain and the windshield wiper decides to fall off. So hopefully, I think the nut came undone and hopefully I can put it back on because it is raining and I need that. Okay, quick fix. The passenger windshield wiper is now on the driver's side. I don't have a passenger side, but at least it'll work for this weekend. The driver's one completely broke off at the base. I don't know how that would happen. I thought it was just I thought the nut just came off, but it actually broke. So this is my setup for the weekend until I can get home and either order another one or go to the junkyard. So normally you would not drive through this part of downtown Charleston to get to James Island, but I am driving through to visit an old neighbor of ours who is a family friend to say hi. So this is an overview of my first spot for the first night ever in the van, and I'll let you know how it was here in a second. The first night in the van went well here in Charleston at James Island Yacht Club. I did toss and turn a little, getting used to things, and then also this parking lot was completely full of cars when I went to bed around 10:30 or so, and everyone leaving. They were not very quiet, so the doors opening and closing woke me up a little bit. But besides that, it actually went pretty well. I was nice and cool. I had the fan going for a little bit. I turned it off because I didn't think it was doing anything and it was a little bit noisy. So it actually went pretty well, so I'm very happy. Now I did forget the sheets The only thing I had was a comforter, so I did forget like the fitted sheet and stuff. So I think once that's there and a top sheet and a comforter, it'll be even more comfortable. So I had my first run-in with someone not liking where I was sleeping or parked in the van. Here at the club, the person in charge of parking decided to come up and bang on the sliding door at 6:30 in the morning. And any of y'all who know what big old piece of sheet metal sounds like, especially when you're inside of it, it was quite loud. He and I exchanged some choice words as I was told I was allowed to park where I was, and then also why he was telling me this at 6:30 in the morning when it was barely light out. So I hope that there aren't situations like this again in the future, but I'm sure there are. But I was just surprised to have this sort of situation with parking and where the van was on my first outing and my first night in the van. So I hope it doesn't happen too often. Charlotte from James Island right now. I've gone 230 miles down here, and it's a little under 3/4 of a tank of gas, so we'll go back home and see what the gas mileage is, but essentially I have a little under 200 miles to go to get home tonight. So I will see y'all when I get there. Just doing a little trip report. I am going 70. It is 93 degrees outside. That light is just trying to tell me that one of the brake pads is worn, which they're not. I think it's a bad sensor on the brake pad. I don't know if you can read that, but the water temperature is 97 degrees, 197. MPG is not calibrated yet. Engine load's about 40%, and then the voltage looks good at about 13.5. So I have a little under 2 hours to go, and probably 150 miles. I'm right outside of Charleston. So I'm going to be stopping in Rock Hill, right outside of Charlotte, to get gas, because that's the last major spot in South Carolina to get gas, and gas is a lot cheaper. Diesel is a lot cheaper in South Carolina than it is in North Carolina. So that will be my next update. See y'all then. I am in Rock Hill on exit 73, right outside of Charlotte. I've gone 407 miles from Charlotte down to Charleston, driving around Charleston, then back to Charlotte essentially. So I'm gonna get some diesel and see what the gas mileage is with pretty much a full load and the rooftop box on. So that came out to about 20 miles per gallon with the 20 gallons and cost $40 because the gas was $1.99 here to go to Charleston and back. So that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Happy with the van, with how much weight it's taken and the gas mileage. We used to get 22, and that was when it was completely empty and there wasn't anything in here. Also, the motorcycle's on the back and the box is on the top. The Thule box, and then also this the solar panel. So all wind resistance. So I expected a little bit of a hit, but it came out pretty good. So I'm happy. Quick little update that I forgot to mention is that 20 miles per gallon was with the air conditioning running, given that it's right now 88 degrees outside, and then also with cruise control set to 70. So I'm going to play around with a little bit and see if no cruise control and me just working the throttle manually gives you a little bit better mileage or anything like that. So keep that an eye out for the next vlog. So I would like y'all's opinion on something. When going through a city and it opens up to 3 or 4 lanes, I have always been under the impression that the middle 2 lanes are for vehicles traveling through the city. The right furthest lane is for people on local exits or coming on from local exits. And then the left lane or the left 2 lanes, however you want to see it, are for passing. So I always go to the center lane for areas like Rock Hill like this, where I know I'm driving through. So let me know what you think down below, if that's correct and what you think, or if truly because I am driving slower, I should be in the furthest right lane. Like this Hyundai right here that has something on the roof that's probably not strapped down correctly. Yeah, it's just being held on with a bunch of cords, so kind of terrifying. So y'all let me know what you think down below.